Welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today we're going to look at Ted Cruz and Colin Allred in their U.S. Senate race in Texas.
Yeah, so it looks like the Senate race in Texas has gotten sort of interesting, as it were. That the race has tightened up quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. You've got a former football player, somebody who's very popular, versus Ted Cruz, who is very unpopular.
Yeah, clearly.
But an incumbent.
In a gerrymandered
Gerrymander doesn't matter for the gerrymander doesn't
That's
matter
true.
for
It's
the
a
Senate
state.
race.
It's a state.
It's the voter suppression you have to worry about.
Yeah, there you go.
And Ken Paxton is up. Not Ken Paxton. Ken Paxton is up for the job. He's the attorney general there.
Yeah. So, Ted Cruz has not made a lot of friends over the last several years, and Colin Allred's really given a run for his money. And I think the last poll I showed actually Colin Allred had pulled ahead of Cruz in the polling, if I remember correctly, which is quite an accomplishment if you believe the polls. I know Cash Peters did a reading on. He's done a couple of readings on this, and both times Cruz kind of goes over to a little switchboard, throws a couple of circuit breakers, and makes life extraordinarily difficult for Colin Allred.
But we're 6 weeks away.
Yep.
And caches are snapshots, just like these are snapshots.
That's right.
So we're going to look at the energy of it and see what's going on.
Yeah, so what's the current energy with Ted Cruz and Colin Allred's battle for a Senate seat in Texas? And I guess you can read on Colin Allred and I'll read on Ted Cruz for Bruisin'.
Sure.
All right. This is for entertainment purposes only. And before I hit pause again... and actually, I did hit the pause, but the problem was
on
our last video, our video from yesterday that ended very abruptly. You're supposed to hit pause the second time to start the video. I just hit the big button,
the big friendly red
button that usually means record, and I stopped the video. So, some people just don't learn.
Nope. Fortunately, we were done anyways.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we had stopped. We had paused the video to talk about did we want to, where we wanted to go next. And David basically had convinced me that we've taken it as far as we could take it. Let's just end it. So I ended it. So since I didn't get a chance last time, if you like this nonsense, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe because you'll get this nonsense every single day. And leave a comment. I read every single one.
All right, so let's take a look at the election that's happening in Texas. I can just say a quick little what's going on with the election, and we'll jump into the individual candidates. We got the 10 of Wands versus the 8 of Wands. This is going to be a hard-fought campaign. It's going to be a very visible campaign. The 6 weeks to the election are going to pass quickly, and there's going to be shenanigans going on during it. Expect, voter suppression and things along those lines.
Boy, a lot of wands in this.
Yeah, a lot of fire energy here. This election is heating up. In the past, we got the 4 of Wands. We've got a race. We got a new candidate coming in. We got a race coming on here. Current situation is the Death card. This is, things are coming to a close. This will not be a great card for Ted Cruz because he's the incumbent, and this could be the end of the way of doing things. It could be that, Ken Paxton pulls a rabbit out of his hat and helps him through one more time, but that would be the only time. Overarching energy is the King of Cups. They're looking for mature leadership out of this. The lesson to be learned is the Kamala Harris effect and, women's rights and childless cat ladies pulling things up.
A lot of wands.
Yeah, a lot of wands. And I guess one of the key issues here that's really going to make or break this election is people not wanting to be bound to the way that Ted Cruz has done things. Women are losing their rights, and people are concerned about women's rights. And what's next? Texas likes to pride themselves on their independence and they're pulling themselves up by the bootstraps nature, and they like small government. Yet it's really ironic that the party of small government, they want the government intruding in your personal lives. And it's going to be just one of those things where their messaging doesn't align with their actions. And I think they're going to run into some problems with that.
Yeah, and you had the double card underneath, and Ted Cruz has really linked himself to Trump.
Yeah.
And that's, David always pulls the devil card for Trump. And this is just kind of that you're reaping what you're sowing yet again.
Why don't you read on Texas Ted Cruz there?
Let's see how Ted Cruz, how this
Cancun Cruz.
Oh, God.
When the going gets tough, Ted flees to another country.
Ted gets going. So let's make sure I got the cards the right way.
Your Netflix and chill, Ted Cruz.
Okay, so how's this looking for Ted Cruz? Well,
he looks like
look at that card.
He's taking a cruise.
He is. He's cruising. He's cruising forward.
Cruising.
My campaign is going along just the way I want it to.
Chugging.
I'm just, I'm the incumbent. I'm in Texas, and I'm a Republican. I don't need to worry about a damn thing. Page of Pentacles. J.D. Vance has my back, apparently. This is, I'm bringing things of value. It's one of those things where what he brings of value is probably not terribly meaningful to the voters. I mean, Dave was pulling the Queen of Wands. I think was one of your cards in there, the Childless Cat Ladies. He's bringing things of value. I'm a Republican. You should vote for me. But he's also not supporting reproductive rights, which is really important to his constituents.
What are the youth votes going to be? Because that's another thing you have to concern yourself.
Yeah.
Women and young people are real wild cards in this election.
Yeah, because the cross is really kind of the energy he's fighting too, right?
Exactly.
So it could be his not bringing a lot of things of value to young people.
He doesn't have a lot to offer. He's not resonating with young people.
He's resonating with his daughter.
He may not be fundraising enough. Maybe the funds have dried up for.
That's
for that.
Sure.
Because I know that there's a push from the Democrats to fund Allred and force the Republicans to divert a ton of money to Texas that should be going to other states where they need those wins.
Yeah, I got my my text message for Colin Allred today. In fact, underneath it all, there's your wand, King of Wands. The little gecko was not happy with Ted Cruz going to visit Mexico when he should have been looking after his constituents during that ice storm. So it's that messaging, the leadership here that is Ted Cruz really showing the leadership that the folks in Texas are looking for. Texas. In the past, Page of Wands. So this could be, as Dave was mentioning, young voters, letting Cruz know what's important to them, getting that messaging out to Cruz. I got two cards there. Current situation is the sun. This could be, I'm going to read this two ways. It could be Ted Cruz thinking that, hey, everything's great. I'm the Republican. I'm in a red district or in a red state. Everything is going great. I don't need to worry about this. It could also be Colin Allred's feeling that, yep, sunshiny days are ahead for me. Or it could just be the young voters realizing that maybe there's sunshine ahead.
Maybe tell me one thing that's important to the youth of today. A social issue or other issues.
Global warming?
Global warming.
Yeah.
It's summertime in Texas.
There you go.
Probably hitting all-time highs. And what are you going to do about global warming? How are you going to fight? How do we not turn into a desert?
That does link in very well with the two cards there and his leadership.
Exactly. And then the next card, which is coming up.
Oh, yeah. So we saw that.
Yes, we did.
Overarching energy, the Nine of Cups, the happy merchant. I think even though the polls don't look good, I think Ted Cruz is feeling very confident in his situation. And, Cash Peters had him throwing these secret breaker switches on the side of a hill to rig the election to make it very difficult for Colin Allred. This could be Ted Cruz just having that confidence that it doesn't matter what the polls say. I'm a Republican in Texas.
It also just feels like, I'm in bed with the power companies and the power brokers in Texas, so I'm untouchable.
Yep. Lesson to be learned is the Empress. Take care of your women.
Take care of your people.
Yeah, take care of the folks underneath you.
Take care of your resources.
Yep. It's another emotion card. I mean, this is the Nine of Cups is all about positive emotions, hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. But the lesson to be learned is it's not Ted Cruz's hopes, wishes, and dreams fulfilled. It's your constituents. It's the women. It's the youth. That those are the hopes, wishes, and dreams that should be fulfilled if you're in a representative democracy versus an autocracy or a flat out fascist regime.
And for those learning tarot, the Empress represents a pregnant woman, either pregnant with the possibilities or, in this case, women's reproductive rights.
Yep. It's all about fertility with the Empress there. Outcome, 7 of Pentacles. Ted Cruz, the current energies, he's looking at all the things of value he can bring and what he has sown right now. I think right now he feels like he's got everything he needs to bring this election to a victorious result for himself. Now, whether that's bound in a reality that will be witnessed in November, we'll find out.
How many women, how many young people show up to vote?
Yep.
How many get out there and vote?
If you are a viewer of ours and you're in Texas, check your registration.
Vote.org. Fill out the little form. There's a little button that says when you go to vote.org, center of the screen, a little bit below the center point that says, "Am I registered?" You can click on it, put in your name, your address, and your county, and it will find out. It will tell you your voter registration status. States like Texas are purging voter rolls because they're trying to suppress the vote. That's how Republicans win, is by suppressing the vote. So double check your voter registration. Make sure like-minded people who hold the shared values with you are registered. Make sure you get out and vote. Vote early. Vote often. No, don't vote.
Don't vote often. I'll get you in trouble.
Vote early. Make sure your vote counts.
Yes, make sure you're registered. Get out there and vote. That's the most important thing.
Yep.
All right, so now let's read on Colin Allred. Ted Cruz is quite confident.
Colin Allred?
We'll find out. We'll see. How is he feeling?
Let's see. King of Swords crossed with the Hierophant card. It's kind of a ruthless job. He's finding out how dirty politics is. I thought he was in politics before, but this is a tough fight over here. Underneath it all is temperance. If he doesn't get in, he's learned a lot. I'll say that much. If he does get in, it's because he's the less toxic candidate between the two. But you have a pair of major arcana that he's fighting against here.
It's funny because I think Cash Peter's result was very similar to what you just said. I don't know if you saw that video, but I think it was very similar. It's like, if he doesn't win, he learned a lot from the experience.
Yeah. And this could also be, I have this in my special counsel Jack Smith card. Yeah. This could be Ken Paxton, doing stuff with the government that makes things difficult. But we'll leave this as he's learning hard lessons here. In the past, the Nine of Swords, I kind of like he's wondering what he's getting himself into. There's so many challenges, so many things to overcome. And, it's kind of like I cannot believe the people in Texas, they can't stand Ted Cruz, yet they're voting for him.
Yep.
I mean, how do you reconcile that? This is anxiety, but it's also a face palm too. Current situation is the Chariot, but he's fighting on. The campaign's rolling on. He's gaining momentum. Does he have enough time? You don't want to peak too early. He definitely has not peaked too early. You don't want to peak too late, though, but he's trending the right direction. Working. Always working, working on the values, working on the fundraising, working on just working on this election. He's putting in the effort on this one. He does not lose because he's not working hard enough for this one. Lesson to be learned is the Ace of Pentacles. Money is king, but so are your values. Focus on those values. The money will come with it. They build on each other. Outcome is the Four of Coins. The holding of values, constriction. It might be that he gets close with the current energy. He's close, but the folks in Texas just aren't there yet to open up to him. I think, though, that if to me, if he can lean more into Kamala Harris's momentum, working for a brighter future, I represent your values, he might be able to open these folks up, detoxify them, get them to go from, Republican to Democrat, add more things into his cup.
So the outcome could also be he needs a little more money to get there.
Yeah.
This is current energy. The last poll that I saw has Cruz is leading Allred by 3 percentage points. So I mean that's within the
margin of error, but you don't know. It's so hard now because polls are not accurate. They haven't been accurate for a while, and polling can be biased. I had a political phone call come the other day. I didn't take it because I didn't want to take it. I was working. I didn't need to take this political phone call. Now I don't know. It could have been one of those. This could have been one of those polls. The poll that says, "Hey, who are you going to vote for president?" And then we polled 1,000 likely voters, and they said they were voting for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. And I didn't bother. I'm not interested in answering the phone for somebody who I don't know who it is because it's usually spam or robocalls. Yeah. And my car's warranty is fine.
Indeed. Okay, so right now it's looking like Cruz is confident. Allred might need some additional resources here.
As the energy stands now.
Yes. So as the energy stands now, will Ted Cruz win?
Will Ted Cruz win? I don't know if I'd say now. I'd say as the momentum carries forward here.
Okay.
It's because it could just be, if the election was held today, would Ted Cruz win? But we're looking at 6 weeks from now.
So given the current
given the current direction, the trajectory, the vectors, or back to elementary functions in high school with Mr. Schroeder.
Yes, right. Will Ted Cruz?
Not Mr. Schroeder. He was all right. It's just the topic.
So
hours every night trying to get through elementary functions.
Gosh. All right. So given the current,
it was a hard fought B-.
Mine was a C-. Given the current energies and momentum, how's it looking for Ted Cruz? Defending his. So we got that King of Swords. Yeah. It's like I said, hard fought battle.
Hard fought battle.
It's a new beginning.
Only the beginning.
Page of Cups, maybe some foolish messaging. 4 of Wands, victory, and 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so where we are currently, it's going to be a very hard fought battle.
Yep.
This could be the voters being very candid with the candidates, saying, Ted Cruz, this is what you've been standing for. These are your actions. Some of these actions are very foolish actions. You're not looking out for our best interests. You were just entertaining the MAGA side. You've got the 4 of Wands. There's going to be a celebration. Obviously, one of the parties is going to celebrate, and of course, you got the blue and the red cloaks there.
There's your finish line.
Yeah, so it could be right now. The newcomer might be doing good. I think right now it's a toss-up.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of work that needs to be done between now and the end, guys. It is not over.
Yeah, I think that's the best interpretation of that. From Ted Cruz's perspective, this is a toss-up at this point. You've got 40-something days till the election. It's going to be a sprint to the finish. That 4 of Wands is the wedding card. It's welcoming people in or saying, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you.
So for the Ted Cruz outcome, I don't think it has been determined yet. Yeah. I mean, clearly we haven't voted yet either, right? But right now, the way the energies are and the trajectory, it is really a toss-up right now.
Well, okay. So I could read from Colin Allred, but I think yours just pretty much, maybe that's the Ted Cruz energy on that one.
Okay.
That, or we can just say, will there be... We're expecting an October surprise, and we're expecting that October surprise to not only be crushing to Trump, because it's probably January 6th related. Ted Cruz is a part of January 6th. So that could cast him in a very negative light and send him spiraling downward.
Yeah, that energy's not out there just yet.
Yeah, so let's look at Colin Allred. Chariot, moving on with the campaign.
Yep.
Judgment, Nostalgia, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Wands. Looking to the future. Again, this could go either way. He's moving forward with his campaign, looking forward towards election day, but this could also be, and I didn't make it, and I'll get it next time.
Yeah.
Or it could be in 3 months, I'm going to be sworn into Congress.
Mm-hmm. That could be your chance. 6.
Yeah, center underneath it is the 6 of... It's like he's been accepted. People like him. And, people have cast, they're answering the call. There's a practicality about it. For me, it's tentative. Like right now, if they voted now, I don't think he'd get in. I think as this progresses, though, he's going to resonate more and more with people, especially young people. He's going to say they've got their values. If the young people and women come out and vote, they'll be sending him forward.
His ships will come in.
It really, this is a hard one to call because really the voters are going to decide. You have to show up to vote. It might be that if they just polled all voters, he'd win 53 to 47%. But it's not all voters. It's the voters that actually show up that vote when the ballot comes in or show up and cast their ballot on election day. So it's great if you have more support, but if they don't show up, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so it's right now, it's the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah. We are trying very hard not to get the bigger hammer out to force that square peg into the round hole. We don't know the answer. It's not that definitive. And my gut feeling isn't, my gut feeling isn't like trying to say, oh, Allred's going to win or Cruz is going to win. It's just, it's close. It's really, really close. Show up and vote. That'll make the difference.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you for watching.
Yes. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for feeding the YouTube algorithm so this video makes it out to a wider audience. And we'll catch you on the next video. Take care. Bye. Haha, you didn't turn it off.
I didn't turn it off.
You missed. Okay. Maybe you should try and hit the pause button.
Yeah, I should hit the pause button.
See, all those other people that turned off when they're signing off. There's only, why is there 5 minutes left? I don't know. Probably screwed up again.
Why pay attention to that?
Yeah, okay. You screwed up. So we're not done yet.
Yeah, so we'll have to do a secret.
Yeah, the secret reading.
What the heck is that?
I don't know.
His
side menu just came out.
Exactly, make that go away. Okay, so
I want to know: will January 6th information come out and bite Ted Cruz right in the butt?
There you go. Okay,
right. Our seditionist little Ted Cruz. So January 6th stuff, it's going to make life very difficult for him. Oh, this card is every time I've read on Judge Chutkin, Jack Smith's filing, this card is coming up. Ace of Pentacles. There's some big information about Ted Cruz, money that's been involved with it, involving the insurrection. He's connected to this monetarily. There's a connection in here that's going to link Ted Cruz to it. He's not a mastermind in it, but he's not a minor character in here. There's some damning stuff that's going to impact Ted Cruz's ability. He's going to be hard pressed to answer why he voted to not count the ballots. Mm-hmm. And I think this is that new evidence that's coming out.
Yep.
So good luck, Ted.
Yeah. Have fun in Cancun.
Reap that 7 of coins that you got where he's looking at the bushes. You might be reaping what you've sown. Mm-hmm. And get that karma card coming in now.
All right, so thanks for everyone who really stuck around and watched this.
Exactly. You deserve it.
That's right. Those other people just quit a little too early on us. Have a great day, folks.
Take care.
Bye.